Hey there, Ursula here. Today we're starting up in the garage garden. You can see the garden has been put to bed. The sweet potatoes have been dug. The only thing that remains is some Swiss chard and some very frostbitten and slug-chewed celery. So today what I did is I worked on this front section and I planted a garlic clove in each one of these squares. There's 19 cloves of garlic in this upper bed, and I planted a couple back here. The back wall is going to get straightened and shored up because the blocks are tipping over. So I didn't plant anything back there so that in the spring I can move those blocks around as I need to without worrying about disturbing garlic. The other thing I did this week this is where the potted strawberries are. They're underneath this. I created sort of a little mini compost pile in the tomato bed. And that's where the compost pile used to be. So let's go down here and take a look. Okay, what I did was I had a strawberry tower, and the strawberries, well, first of all, it's too heavy to move, and they would freeze out over winter. Being that far up off of the ground, I don't have anywhere to put that tower. So I dug the strawberries out and transplanted them here. These are all the Seascape strawberries. They're an ever-bearing variety. So I have those planted here, and I have the hoops on top of them. At some point I will get a cover on them for winter, mostly to keep the deer from eating them, because the deer uproot them entirely. And then the other thing I did was planted more garlic in here, just along the back. I won't have any, I may or may not have any trellises going through here, but I figure the garlic can be in the back, and even if I do plant cucumbers or something in here, they won't be tall enough to shade it before the garlic comes out in June. Around here, our garlic we harvested around midsummer's, June 21st. So I got 16 cloves of garlic in along this back edge. Now, it's really warm today, but it's going to get really cold tomorrow night. So I will be covering this whole bed up, as well as this one. And it's quite a difference from earlier this year when this was totally covered in butternut squash that the squirrels had planted underneath my post here. This is a clothesline post. So let's go take a look at all the butternut squash and the pumpkins that we got this year. Okay, so in the house, I store them in wooden crates like this. This one's been sanded and brushed with walnut and sealed with beeswax. Some of the other crates I have don't have any. So I got the pumpkins out to show you guys. Some of these are still not ripe yet. You can see the green here. The earlier harvested ones, the ones that reach full maturity, are in the back. This big guy is a Long Island cheese pumpkin. They sprawl a lot, take up a lot of room. We had those in the way back, along with, these are New England pie pumpkins here. I ended up with 3 of those. I think there were probably 4 on the vine, but one of them got cooked because it climbed on top of the garage roof. And then the squirrels planted the rest. we ended up, most of these look like a typical butternut squash. Some of them are just kind of strangely shaped. We have a couple that are just odd. And they're tasty too. This guy is really ripe. He'll probably be the next one I cook. So this should get us through the winter just fine. Hope you have a good holiday coming up.